Hello everyone, Dan here. I have in front of you something that does not appear to be on YouTube, which is a little strange. Everything's on YouTube, right? But V1 Carrying Case, nothing comes up under that search term. So I went ahead and ordered this early last week. It arrived today, about an hour ago. Let's take a look at it. Space, and this is, you'll see in a second, but space for your power adapters, another mount, and the coiled cord. Unfortunately, it is made in China, but isn't everything. Hopefully that'll change. Now this is the solidest case of this type that I've ever come across. I have something similar for a few GoPros that I have, but this is a solid case. And my guesstimate is that it's aluminum. I thought perhaps ultra thick Kydex, plastic like that. I'm thinking it's aluminum. And then here we have a nice finger strap. Don't mind the nails. Nylon, permanently attached. And so 10 fingers, 10 grocery bags, right? Like most men. We like to make one trip from the car to the house. So this would be a nice way to hook our grocery bags and our radar detector. Now, this feels like a 1KK zipper, but instead it's been branded, which I think is a nice touch. Branded as with the V1 logo, but it feels like a 1KK zipper. It is sewn on pretty tight, so the zipper is pretty tight. And it's nice and smooth, YKK style. Of course, the V1 logo there. So on this side, we have the padded case, slip case. The padding is, it's soft. It's more like a, what's the word? Batting. Like that batting. So it's not a, doesn't feel like a foam. It might be a foam, but it's definitely an open cell foam. And it is permanently mounted to the hard case. There was a made in China tag that I popped off. So, no longer made in China. Well, I'll let you read that. I imagine it's not the smoothest surface, so I don't know that the suction cups would hold on for very long. But it's rough like Kydex rough. And it appears to be on their way to adhesive. So it's not as though it has a hook back and you can just take it off this fuzzy loop material. So anyway, these things are designed with a gap in mind. And this appears to be a stretch, the trim appears to be a stretch material. The netting, not so much. But because it's got a nice gap in there, you don't have to try and stretch it out and hulk it. This is a bit shallower, as you can imagine, but still stretchy. This though is not. Again, the netting not stretchy either. And then again, another stretch. So the coiled cord would fit in there nicely, nice and flat, so it'll still close nicely. And I do apologize, but most of the items are permanently mounted. Well, I shouldn't say permanently. The mount is mounted to the mirror with a blend mount. So I apologize, that's still in the car. What I did bring out though is the Valentine one. Bought this about 2 years ago, and I think it's the second to last version of the first gen. Now I must have hit the order button on the Gen 2 about 4 times now, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and order one. But this thing has been fantastic. The arrows have been awesome, but even better than the arrows, as good as those are, is the bogey counter. So when you're pulling up to one of those "your speed is" signs, you know, and it's flashing away, but you see 2 signals, you know there's a cop playing hide and seek, electronic hide and seek, if you will. So you slow down anyway, instead of seeing what kind of speed you can record, because I know that's a game that motorcycle guys like to play. So it slips into the case nicely, and the knob is right there. Now the V2, or what they like to call the Valentine One Gen 2, is flat. It has a push button instead of a rotary. So this is marketed as fitting both, so I imagine it'll fit the V2 even better. But as you can see, it's in there nice. Now in this particular order, something I probably end up not using is the hard tap, but with 2 outlets. Now this is a line tap, probably the more ubiquitous one, but I went ahead and got one of those fuse taps. And then the Focus ST, I plan on using fuse position number 86, the heated seats, as that is a switched fuse to power the Valentine One and the Bluetooth module. And the Bluetooth module can be anywhere in the car. It'll still connect your V1 for an iPhone, V1 driver, that's what I use. And JBV1 is the popular app on the Android side. But alas, considering I'll probably get the version 2 on my next billing cycle, just wait till the end of the month to put the order through, I probably won't end up using this. And the funny part is, for guys who know, people who know, they sell jack splitters, and I used that on the first car that I mounted this with a mirror tap, and I had everything mounted to the mirror, and I'll show you here how I did it. So I put a piece of Kydex there, added a rib to reduce any flex, and then use VHB tape to mount the various components. And that works nice for an auto dimming mirror. The problem is my Focus ST, the fancy turbo, the manual, auto dimming mirror is not an option. You believe that crap? So now I have to play games with hard wiring. Isn't that fun? So let us see how it looks all put together. This came with the V1, but I got a second one because it was only $3. This was only 16 bucks, $3, 19, and then this thing I think was $30. So that is the Valentine One Hard Carrying Case, and I think we're limited to using the coiled cord in that area and everything else over here, because it does intrude a little bit into that space. So there you go. Pro tip. The Valentine One Hard Carrying Case. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.